right, now close your eyes. Think about your wildest dreams. You ready?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Atlanta Falcons. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
3rd down, it's Willis. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line.
The Falcons take over first down at their own 27-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. They'll set up a throw. Completes this again to Shepard. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Falcons at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. Down the numbers. There he goes. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
They'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning. Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's complete to Shepard. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Tackled by Christian Fulton. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Pollard again. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 28. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Down right around the 25. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready. And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. 2nd down and 8. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 19-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McKenzie. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory,
The kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Pollard. Touchdown, Falcons. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
2nd down and 7. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
And that one hurts defensively. They forced them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12. Off the option, here's Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Tough spot for Willis and the Titans, now facing 3rd and long following the sack. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Halleck's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They're going to look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And from down in Miami, an update. It's the Dolphins that have grabbed the early lead over the Jets. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
They go play action with Willis. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
44 yards rushing for him now. What was his 10th carry of the ball game?
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turned the ball over. Terrible.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Willis backed up to his own goal line. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
Well, I think we've got evidence right now that this team's not going to be daunted at all. Just because they're backed up doesn't mean they're not going to continue to throw the football. They threw an incompletion on first down, but they came right back on second down and threw it again. And this time they hit it for not just good yardage, but a first down.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On the run, this is Hilliard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Finding room at midfield. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Willis looks to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Goodwin. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up the first down.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They go play action with Willis. And this one too low. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Henry out of the pistol, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now Randy Bullock with an important field goal try here. This to swell the lead to 6. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So that changes everything. Everything. I mean, instead of adding to their fourth quarter lead with a field goal, they surrender the lead on the block and return.
And how about the awareness defensively? Because it's one thing to block it. It's absolutely another to locate it, scoop it, and take it the other way. Just an incredible job right there.
crew able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And at this stage, in the fourth, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Second down, here's Willis. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Hilliard. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Titans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 75 yards on the ground here for Pollard. This is a first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over first and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with third and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Willis, fourth down, has to have it. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Throwing, Willis. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off and put some...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
department, they say this guy does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
And this offense needs a touchdown. A field goal won't get it done in this situation. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, things are looking a little bit bleak.
Willis got to have this one. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And you know they enjoyed taking that knee because they're now going to be 1-2 instead of 0-3. And psychologically, that's a big difference early in the season.
It certainly is. It's a big barrier breaker because you get to 0-3, you're not thinking playoffs. At 1-2, you still believe that you're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, you feel you got some hope on your side. 0-3, things start to look pretty bleak.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all.